What we know from Interim Chief Julian Weiser is that a Jackson police officer was stabbed and then a suspect was shot. We don't know if it's a man or a woman, and we don't know the condition of either the officer or the suspect.
Katie.
Jordan, a very sad story out of Dresden tonight. Counselors were brought into the school here to help staff and students cope with the death of their 16-year-old classmate. Easley was also charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault after police say he shot 3 people, killing one in Martin January 5th. Until now, investigators have not released the motive of the shooting. I'll show you the consistency. Pretty thick, pretty good to build some snowballs. Take a look behind me here. Some residents got out, braved the weather, doing some sledding on these hills here. You can see the tracks. People are out all day. When the temperature drops dramatically, frozen water under the ground expands. Now those frost quakes are caused when that water expands quickly, producing an explosion-like sound. Several stores across West Tennessee are falling short on salt supplies, but here at R&J Feed and Farm Supply, they stock from the ground up year-round. Lieutenant Stockdale says this could have been prevented if the 2 men looked at their gas, something he's reminding all boaters to do as the boating season begins. Polls will be closing in less than 2 hours now, so voters, if you live in Jackson city limits, there's still time to get out and cast your ballot. Each dress is made to be reversible with a simple flip, so the girls receive not 1 but 2 dresses, guaranteed to make them feel like a princess. Mayor of Sharon Monroe Ari confirms Tuesday afternoon, Police Chief Jeff Matthews turned in his signed resignation papers here at City Hall. The dog's owner says this is the house the 2 dogs were staying in when they went missing, but for whatever reason, they left one behind. The excitement on campus and show of support for the Bulldogs has been so great during the tournament weekend. The athletic director says they have sold even more tickets than they plan to sell.
I have ALS, and it is a disease that will take every muscle, but it won't take your mind.
Miss Sarah Alley is a beloved teacher at Dyersburg Middle School.
Interactive, she took all the kids in as her own. She was very lively. She always had a smile on her face.
Alley has been teaching for 20 years and was diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, 5 years ago.
You may think, why can this woman be so happy? It's because I've been filled with so much love and so many blessings.
In January, her doctors told her she had to stop working.
Even though ALS has taken a lot of the physical from her, it's not taken her mind or her spirit.
Vanessa Anderson is a family member and colleague. Anderson organized this benefit to help the family with medical costs as the disease inevitably worsens.
It's really hard to see where she's come from, to see where she is, and to know where she's going.
Even though Miss Alley is no longer able to teach in the classroom, she's still a teacher. Her mission now is raising ALS awareness in her community.
It's very horrible, but it's okay. It's okay. And I'm okay. And I live one day at a time. That's all we got is one day at a time.
Anderson estimates Saturday's benefit will raise about $10,000.
She looks at every day as an opportunity to share her testimony and to let people know that, as long as you're here, God has a purpose for you.
Allie says she never saw this in her future, but wants God to use her situation to help others. In the final hours before Santa visits West Tennessee, locals were out finishing the list of their own.
I was going to get out yesterday, but the traffic was kind of bad, so I thought, why not put it off one more day?
Many started their Christmas Eve with a cup of cheer, a list in hand, saying they enjoy the thrill of procrastinating.
It's not real stressful. A lot of people out. People seem to be smiling. You say Merry Christmas, people say Merry Christmas right back to you.
I love waiting to the last minute. I guess I am a little procrastinator, just a little bit, but I like to be out and see everybody happy and jolly.
But not all procrastinators agree.
Oh, it's stressful, and I'm surprised it's not as busy as it normally is.
But amidst all the hustle and bustle, we find Cassius. Cassius Richmond says he's visiting from Detroit and aims to share his talents with West Tennesseans.
It puts a smile on these people's faces, and they say they don't hear it down here, so it's unique, and that's good for me.
Cassius says he's been playing in cities across the country for the past 20 years. His favorite place to play, Jackson, Tennessee.
Because it's new to folks down here. Those other places, it's people that do it.
He says he hopes stressed out shoppers will remember what the holiday is about when they hear him play.
And I love this music. This is the easy time of year to play because I know I just got to play Christmas stuff.
As for his favorite song,
Christmas time is here.
All right, you want to take me away with that tune?
Oh, I sure will.
Fire trucks, fire suits, and fire sirens, designed to alert us danger is nearby. But firefighters say these things can be scary to children.
We are nothing to be scared of. In all of our protective equipment, that they realize that firefighters are their friends.
The Henderson County Fire Department worked to ease those fears Monday, teaching students in Miss Holly Lancelotti's pre-K classroom. Brought to you by the letter F for fire safety, firefighters, and friends.
I think they'll be talking about this for a long time, and it will definitely help teach letter F.
Lieutenant Sam Reeves says his favorite part of these programs is interacting with the kids.
They're the ones that we're here for. They're the ones we don't want to be scared of. Whenever we're entering a structure, we want them to come to us, not run away from us.
Firefighters say one of the main things kids should know is there's nothing to be afraid of, even when they're wearing all of their safety equipment.
So that they understand who we are, what we do, and that we're friendly. We're not here to hurt them or harm them. We're here to help them.
Chaplain Chris Young says kids absorb false information from watching TV.
They don't need to be heroes at 3 and 4 and 5 years old. They need to, and the proper things to do to get out of harm's way and allow us as professionals to be able to do those jobs.
Young says knowledge helps calm nerves during a real emergency.
One of the biggest things is making sure those children understand not to hide in a closet or hide under a bed in those situations, because it makes it dangerous and very life-threatening for the children.
During the summer months, you'll likely hear more of this. Troopers say drivers and motorcyclists alike can do their part to make sharing the road safer. For drivers, don't let yourself get distracted. For motorcyclists, obey the rules of the road.
Motorcyclists, speed kills. I see these young men and women on these motorcycles running 90 and 100 miles an hour. That's senseless. I mean, it's just senseless. Slow down, enjoy the ride, stay alive.
Lieutenant Brad Wilbank says fatality numbers are down for motor vehicles in Tennessee, but not for motorcycles.
One area that we're not being successful in reducing the number of fatalities is motorcycles. They're actually rising. I think over the last decade they've rose 25%.
Mike Woods is an instructor at the Harley Riding Academy.
People just don't see motorcycles. If they would just look twice, they could save a life.
Under Tennessee state law, one thing to remember before you get on the bike is that your helmet is Department of Transportation certified.
The fine for wearing a non-DOT approved helmet is about 3 times the cost of not wearing a helmet at all.
Woods says the best advice he can give to riders: take a safety course.
It teaches the fundamentals of becoming a safe and responsible motorcyclist. Even if you've been riding for many, many years, I think it's one of the best decisions you can make.